Hi, I'm June Williamson, the Happy Thai Girl. Today on Cooking Made Easy with June, we'll be making pumpkin spice for our pumpkin protein pancakes. It's coming right up on Cooking Made Easy with June, brought to you by Macy's, the happy shopping store in Spanish Fork. Welcome to Cooking Made Easy with June. Today we are making pumpkin protein pancakes, but of course the feature is the pumpkin spice. Are you so excited? I love the smell of all these fresh herbs that I got at Macy's, and they're so inexpensive. My goodness. I'm gonna start by making pumpkin spice because I love having it on hand. So when I was planning this segment of the show, my kids were like, "Mom, you've got to make pumpkin spice pumpkin pancakes." So that's why I'm doing this. It's for the kids. Okay, so but it's for me too. Okay, so pumpkin spice is basically it's basically like the pumpkin spice that you put into, it started out with for the pumpkin pies. And so it's really called pumpkin pie spice at first. And basically it is ground cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger, and cloves. So what I like to do is I double and triple, and I make a big batch to put into a little jar. So I'm gonna do a big batch of 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon. And so of course, cinnamon is the main ingredient, so there is the most of it. And then there's 2 teaspoons of nutmeg. Now you'll see different variations of pumpkin spice online, but I found some different combinations, and I think some may have some other spices in it, but I like the ones, my favorite is the one with the more proportions of cinnamon, and so you guys need to try what I'm doing. So we've got 2 teaspoons of nutmeg, and then we need 2 teaspoons of ginger. My goodness, I wish you guys could smell all of this deliciousness. Heaping teaspoons of ginger. That's okay. So about 2 teaspoons of ginger. And then we have a teaspoon of cloves. And that's it. Voila! You've got a jar of pumpkin spice, and you can just get these little lids anywhere at Macy's or in a jar, and I just shake them up together, and then you have enough pumpkin spice for lots of your recipes. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the pumpkin protein pancake batter. So we basically, I like to start, I love the Kodiak pumpkin, protein mix because it already has the baking soda and the salt. Of course, you can also use self-rising flour, or you can or you can just use flour and add the baking soda and the baking powder and salt. I'm going to start with 2 eggs. Honestly, you've watched the show before, I like to just dump everything together. There's really no order. When I'm in a hurry, sometimes I just put it all together, and this is how the recipe is gonna be. We're just gonna put it all together. And we got 2 cups of the protein pancake mix, or self-rising flour, 2 eggs, 2 cups of buttermilk. And the buttermilk is not an exact measurement because I find that it's a little thick, and let me grab my measuring cup. And sometimes I end up adding some additional milk to it. So, but we'll start with 2 cups because people like different textures of pancakes, and so I like mine more thin. I don't love the too thick. Now I've seen some recipes where they add, they like to make it really, really fluffy, so they like whip up the egg whites and the eggs, and then they add everything else. Okay, so then we just have the 4 tablespoons of canola oil, which is about a 1/4 cup, but I'll measure it this time. And then 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. I'll just kind of put in there 1, 2, more. And also vanilla. Where's my vanilla? Okay, there's some vanilla. I'm just gonna, it's a 1/2 teaspoon, but that's 2 teaspoons. Okay, and then 1½ teaspoons of pumpkin spice. So then my little nifty pumpkin spice. Now, if you've made, okay, there's some clump in there. Maybe I need to stir it. But if you've made pumpkin pie before, you have to measure all these little things. So As far as pumpkin pie, I believe one recipe is about a teaspoon of pumpkin spice. And then, oh, that was only a teaspoon, so I'm gonna add a little bit more. It's 1.5 teaspoons. And then I'm going to add 3/4 cup of pumpkin, or you can bake your own pumpkin and then mash it and everything, but I didn't have time today. So I'm just going to add about 3/4 cup of that. That's about 3/4 cup. And then, now, I love the pecans cooked in it, but I'm going to make this first. I'm gonna make a few without pecans. And so the last cooking of the pecans, the last batch of the pancakes that I make are going to have pecans in them. Okay, so if you can see, this is a little thick right now. And so I'm going to get some milk, and I'm going to add milk. I don't know, you can add more buttermilk, but again, I don't like my pancakes too heavy. So I like to add the milk to thin it out, but you can also add buttermilk. Okay, so, but see, that's still a little thick for me, so I'm gonna add a little bit more milk. Okay, so we're going to take a tiny little break. When we come back, I'm going to start up apple compote. And that's gonna be one of our toppings, and we're also gonna fry out these babies, so come back. Welcome back. I'm so excited about making you apple compote. I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I looked up online because I was thinking, what would be so good on top of pancakes, these pancakes, so and so fallish and so apple spicy, you know, I mean pumpkin spicy to go with that, so apples. So so an apple compote basically is a French applesauce. So the difference is that it's chunky, and we don't necessarily need to peel the apples because, and honestly, I think it's much prettier if we do not peel them. Now, the recipe that I sent you, I'm not gonna make the full recipe because it's like 3 pounds of apples. I'm just gonna cut them up into these chunks. And now they say you need to use tart apples, and of course that makes, it's almost like an apple pie filling, but not thickened. But honestly, I have made, I don't know if I told you this story before, but I have these old apples once, and my kids were like, they had a church activity, and they said, Mom, we have to make an apple pie or a pie for a contest. And so I'm like, what? And so I found all these old apples, and I added lime juice, and I made this quick apple pie with no bottom crust and just really quick, and it won. So I think the key, it doesn't really matter if you have tart apples or not, because we're going to add lime juice. If you have, even the old apples will taste delicious if you add a little sugar and cinnamon and some lime juice. So I have a little bit of water boiling over here on the pot. So I'm gonna start putting some apples in here. I have some jazz apples, some of my leftover apples, and this is just the gala apples that locally we have. But we're gonna add the different textures since we're doing it like this anyway. So here, and I have the griddle getting hot over here, and we're gonna start our pancakes in just a sec. So now the apple compote, since I'm not, the recipe says that it needs to simmer for 15 to 20 minutes, but I'm just going to quickly cut these up and get it simmering while we're making our pancakes. So again, like you can use, I don't know if that's enough, but let's do one more jazz apple. And look at that. These little apples are cute. I was thinking I should just, now also, now you don't, you know what, I have never tried to cook with the seeds, but I heard that some health individuals who are really into the health eating, that you should just eat the whole thing, like whole foods, eat the whole core and everything. And I've tried that before, and it tastes okay. It just has, you know, of course it's a different texture. I feel like we need one more apple. Okay. And our griddle is getting hot. So about, we were talking about apples. Right now, of course, the seasons for apple, the better tasting it is. And now the recipe calls for cinnamon, but I'm going to use my apple spice in it. Okay, I'm just gonna make it really chunky. Okay, at that. So now if you look at the pan, it doesn't, I didn't put a ton of, it's like simmering. It didn't put a lot of water, okay? So I'm basically simmering the apple. So I'm gonna finish cutting that up. Oops, I dropped some over there. Now I'm starting to get in a little brush. It's gonna be so good. The Gala apples are not as, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit, as tart. I'm gonna do a squeeze of lime really quick. Just gonna squeeze some lime in there, add a little tartness. Honestly, if you didn't put enough lime, you can always add some more. I love fresh lime juice. We're gonna add a little bit of sugar too. So I'm just gonna guess on that. Stir it up a little bit. Oh, and I'm not gonna forget the apple spice. I mean the pumpkin spice. Instead of just cinnamon, I'm gonna add a little bit of this. So I guess we can call it our own creation of, of cinnamon, of apple, pumpkin spice apples. Why not? It's for the pancakes. Okay, so I turned that down. I'm gonna turn it down to about, oh no, this is for the, I feel the griddle getting so hot. I'm gonna turn it to about medium high and let it boil so it'll simmer. Okay, all right, now that's that. Okay, so I love to make my pancakes with butter because it tastes so much better, and then you don't need to batter it up again. I'm gonna grab my spatula. So I see the steam coming up. I'm gonna actually turn my pan down a little bit because it is very hot. I don't really wanna burn the pancakes and the butter. So I'm gonna turn it down to, maybe I'm gonna turn it off real quick. I'm gonna turn it off really quick, and then I'm gonna put the butter in, okay? So I'm a little bit generous with the butter. Ooh. Oh my goodness, glad I have my apron on. I'm just going to, see the butter, oh, no, they're not gonna be real pretty pancakes, but they're gonna be really pretty when we get it done. This is how I always, if you've seen my other pancake episodes, you can see the sizzling. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn the stove back up to medium high. And let it cook. Okay, there we go. Okay, so, well, the pancakes, I just had a thought while I was making this recipe. I know I use canola oil in my pancake mix, but you know what? Why not do half and add a little butter instead, and also the oil? So when you're making pancakes, you notice that some people always worry, like, when do I flip them? So you want the edges to be a little bit dry. And because I had my pan really, really, really hot, the other side might be a little dark like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and flip this. Oh, look at that. Lovely, lovely. So, see, so now because my pan was extra hot, that's why it's like that. So you might want to flip it a little bit sooner. And now that you have it on this side, you want to turn your stove down, because you notice that when you're making pumpkin pancakes, it might take a few more minutes or a few more seconds to cook the middle because there's pumpkin in the pancakes. So I'm going to turn this down a little bit to medium. So remember that, because when we are making pancake with pumpkin in it, it's going to take a little bit longer to cook. Okay, so I'm gonna let that simmer. Okay, So we have that. Now, we're gonna take a little break because we're going to finish this off, and the apple compote is gonna cook, and we're gonna smell up the room. When we come back, we're going to put it together, and we're going to have a guest, our new cameraman, Spencer. It's not so funny, the same name as the other cameraman. Completely different Spencer, and we'll talk with Spencer and get to know him a little bit better. And we're gonna make some toppings and make some, maybe put some bacon on it, okay? So come back. Welcome back. We're so excited to have Spencer. Come on,
Hey.
Spencer. Your name is Spencer.
Yes, that's what they call me. That's my name.
Okay. Oh, Spencer, look. Before we talk about you, but look at this apple compote.
That looks awesome. It looks really good.
The French chunky applesauce. Okay, Spencer, we're gonna talk about you,
Okay.
but we're going to have you. Maybe we'll discover about you when you're making the pancake. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you never know,
Doesn't the food tell about a person or why you like certain things?
Yeah, like a little bit of self-discovery, something like you find out who you are. You know a person by their pancake.
So these pancakes look a little darker because, again, I'm not used to the hot griddle, but it looks a little, I think partly because of the pumpkin batter. Then the batter's already a little bit dark because of the pumpkin in it. So I'm gonna make a really pretty one for the picture, and you make one for you to eat.
Okay, I can do that.
And then,
That's
but you
easy.
can have a bite of that later after
Oh,
we
for
take a
sure,
picture.
for sure.
So, okay, so let's do it. Okay, so I'm just gonna make a stack, but when I'm making a big stack, I'm gonna put syrup in between. And you see it's still hot. So you there's a couple that has pecans in it.
Okay.
All right, so Spencer, tell us about what you do. I mean, like, do you have children, about your family, whatever? What?
I've just been married for a few months. I don't have any kids yet. What else do you
I'm just
there's a
kidding.
lot of stuff that's got to happen first, but yeah.
I want you to get one that doesn't, here, how about this one that's not as, crispy?
All right, we'll grab that one.
You
That's
want us to
awesome.
put it in between. Anyways, what else?
I'm not from here. I'm from South Carolina.
You are?
I am.
Oh my goodness, did we talk about this last time?
I think we did, yes.
I'm from South Carolina. What
I'm
part?
from Clemson, same place as the school.
Oh.
It's in I live up in the mountains. It's really awesome and nice.
Okay. Oh, yes. Well, what brought you to Utah?
School.
Okay, like BYU, UVU.
I actually went to
what's going on?
UVU. I'm almost done with my degree in film. That's why I work here behind the cameras usually.
Oh, that's exciting.
No, it's fun. I like it a lot, so good job.
So these have been fried in butter, and so I'm gonna put in between the layers things that I want.
This yogurt?
I'm gonna put no, that's whipped cream on top.
Oh, well, hold
Do you
on.
want yogurt?
No, that does not honestly sound good on a pancake. It might be though. You never know. You never know.
I was like,
I'm gonna put some of this agave
and there's
on
maple
there.
syrup too. Yeah, you want agave?
Yes, I
Okay,
do.
so I'm just gonna stack up this up like this, and then put a little bit more in between. And so, because you want to bite in each,
Oh, for sure.
and then Adam can have a bite of it.
Adam is also here. You guys
Yes.
probably know Adam by now.
Yes, he's made stuff with us. And he's awesome. But then you replace the other Spencer, and you got heart because your name's Spencer.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
I'm just kidding.
There you go. Do we have a knife? I'm gonna chop up this banana a
go
little
in there
bit
and grab a
better.
knife.
All right.
Oh, here's a knife too. Maybe I can put bananas in between, but I'm gonna put pecans in between along with this. And you can. I love pancakes. I've told you before. We made pancakes before, but you can have a bar, like a pancake bar, where you have all these toppings, and
Yeah, you
look
can
at
do
how
whatever.
careful you are.
So I'm not my wife says I'm not the best in the kitchen. And she always makes fun of me. It's like, you eat slow, you cook slow. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do
You
it.
eat slow.
Oh,
Most
yeah.
guys eat fast. Look, I'm gonna show you how to cut banana on this.
I'm learning.
You can just go
I'm learning.
look. See, you just and then you're not gonna cut yourself.
Oh, because you have the.
Yeah, because you have the peel on. But go ahead. Go ahead and do your slow thing.
I like getting involved with my food. Well, the reason I eat slow is just because I like to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Just enjoy, spend the time making it. Might as well not just scarf it down.
Yes, I think I'm gonna do layers in here. I'm gonna put some.
Make a
few
giant
layers.
pancake
Yeah,
stack.
make a giant pancake stack. And I'm gonna put. Oh, where's my spoon? I'm gonna put some apple compote in between. Okay, I think Maybe you can go ahead. Oh, you need more stuff.
Oh, like what
I
do you?
think you need to make it more sweet. Maybe I'm gonna put apple compote on the top. But oh, you want some of this?
Yes, I do want to try this.
Here, and we'll switch places. Let me go make this over here.
So essentially, what I learned is this is just essentially French applesauce.
Yes,
sort
French
of.
applesauce compote. But it's not mushy, it's chunky, so that French, I'm gonna put some maple syrup. I'm gonna mix this all over the place. And then I'm going to put more of this. I'm gonna put another layer of this. And
You're gonna eat that in one bite, right?
I'm gonna make this high, why not? Let's put some more bananas in between. I guess we could put like coconut and blah, blah, blah. Let's put a little bit more of the agave. Whoa, that looks so good.
In a while. I'm really excited to try this. It's been a while. I'm gonna put some bacon on this.
Maybe that is high enough.
Why not? Just
Yeah.
it's here.
Oh, yeah, I like that. We're gonna garnish this with bacon, but
This looks really
that,
good.
like you could make
looks-
a sandwich. I like it.
It looks real pretty, y'all. I wish.
Y'all.
Dude.
I know, y'all. Yes, you go for it, y'all. My husband's from Alabama. That's what my kids say, y'all.
That's good.
And then some people, I always want to say happy fall, y'all. You know how they do that.
People make fun of me because it's like, oh, like it's not a thing. They're like, you're definitely from the South, but I don't really have an accent because I was actually born in Ohio.
Oh.
But
Your parents aren't from.
I don't know.
taste
I think my dad's actually like from Payson.
Ooh, yummy. Taste an apple. I did a good job.
It's
I was
good.
like, break yourself.
The compote is really good, y'all.
It has a little tart. Okay, so I'm gonna top it with this, a little bit more drizzle on top of maple syrup. I'm gonna sprinkle. Okay, oh, take a bite. You need a little bit of maple syrup.
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, maple syrup with the bacon. You know what I'm saying?
That sounds awesome. I'm
Oh
gonna
my
grab
gosh, grab a fork.
I wanna
Yes, I want to
definitely
have you
grab a
taste
fork.
this on the air. Oh, look at that.
You know
Okay, yeah.
what? Eat it with a spoon. We're good.
I'm gonna put a little dollop of whipped cream on top.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try
And you
my
go ahead.
creation.
Oh, my whipped cream is falling all
Oh
over.
dang.
It's okay. You know what? I'm gonna do it like this.
There's a lot going on, but it's real good. This is what you could call.
Is it good?
It's good. No, it's real good.
Real good.
My wife's gonna be so happy because she's like, "Oh, you're eating fruit. Like you're not just eating like snacks and goldfish all the time." She's
I'm
gonna be
gonna
real
turn
proud.
this over here because it's making a mess on the other side. I went a little crazy. How about that? Okay. Oh, look at that. Does that not look good on that side? And then just sprinkle some more pecans on it. There we go, you guys. Go and make your pumpkin pancake. I'm gonna have a bite of yours.
Go for it.
What do you think? Because I love the way you put the bacon on there. Oh, I gotta garnish mine with bacon. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm putting my fingers
No,
on.
you're good.
Mmm.
It works.
I like that bacon on there. I'm gonna put some bacon out here. Okay, you guys, you can make this. Spencer, one last thing. Shout out to your wife. You've only been married a few months?
Yeah, I got married in May.
Oh, what do you want to say to her?
She's awesome. I love her. And she's good, and she will be kind of shocked to see me in the kitchen, even though I've been trying to do it a little more. But
That's okay, nothing good. Oh, look, come on, what the heck? Look what you made. I love it.
It looks
I
good.
love the idea of picking the bacon in there.
maybe I'm
Yummy.
a little crafty. We'll see.
Well, thank you for coming, and thank you, Macy's, for everything. I got everything at Macy's, and it's yummy, 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 yummy. And so, happy Thai Girl, Instagram, happythaigirl.com. Happy Thai Girl, happy Spencer.
Yep. Happy life.
Happy pumpkin, happy cooking. Go make pumpkin spice pancakes, and you're ready for your fall. Come again.
Yep. Thanks so much.